moon dust here. Let's do all the games on Monday night. The first game is the Kings losing to Charlotte Hornets. The big news is Marvin Bagley broke his left hand before he left the game. Pretty good game, 60 minutes, had 12 points and 3 rebounds and a block. With him out for, I don't know, long time. Bielitsa might get might get more minutes because he is a power forward and the guy is pretty efficient in fantasy. Can give you some points, some threes, and do it in great efficiency. Sure, but I don't know the upside is gonna be that high. Occasionally, this guy can pop off. So if you want to stream him next game, sure, he can give you some efficient stats, but I don't think anybody gonna benefit that greatly on this Kings team. Because the starters are already getting maybe Rashawn Holmes and Harrison Barnes, they get a bit more minutes, but Marvin Bagley was playing 23 minutes a game anyways, and at the moment, the monster Hassan Whiteside is still out, and there are trade rumors that he might get traded to the Lakers. If this guy ever gets consistent 20 to 25 minutes, Whiteside, I think he's a must roster, but until he gets traded, we don't know. This game, Harrison Barnes, minutes is really high, efficient, and had 3 assists and 1 steal. You still roster him. Pretty good game for Harrison. And on the season, where is he at? Where is Harrison at? 76. Yeah, he can be a top 80 and 90 guy. Rashawn Holmes, 41 minutes. Yeah, fill up the stat sheet. What a game from Holmes. 17 points, 15 rebounds, 2 steals, and 4 blocks. Continues just to be super efficient and give you those efficient rebounds, steals, and blocks. On the season, he's only averaging 0.7 steals. I think that could go up a little bit. But such a big field goal anchor, shooting 65%. Just really, really good in category leagues, ranked 31st. He could be a top 30, top 40 guy rest of the way. And this guy was getting drafted, I don't know, pretty late. Buddy Hill, 36 minutes, 23 points, pretty good game for Buddy. Shot the ball really well. I mean, the shot attempts is there for him every single game. It just matters if he goes in or not. 5 threes, 2 steals, 6 rebounds, good enough. De'Aaron Fox continued to, be bad from the free throw line, but everything else looks great. 8 assists, 29 points. Tyreese Halliburton, this guy is still under a minutes restriction. Fill up the stat sheet: 4 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal, and a block. Whenever this guy gets 30, 35 minutes, he's going to be even better. Should be a top 50 guy moving forward. Especially in category leagues, just a mini Kawhi Leonard, efficient everywhere. Obviously, the volume is, the counting stat volume is not as good as other guys in the top 50. On the Charlotte Hornets side, Gordon Hayward had a great game. Only took 16 shots, but 25 points, got it down, 4 steals. This year, Gordon Hayward's steal numbers is just insanely high for him. Last year he was pretty low. For the season, he's averaging 1.5 steals, ranked 23rd. I think 1.5 is a bit high for him. I mainly expect him to be like around a 1 steal guy. But with 1.5 steals, he could be a top 25, top 20 guy. Without the 1.5 steals, he's more like a 30, 35 guy. But really good year from Gordon Hayward so far, and play very efficient, 48% from the field on the season, 87%, looking good. PJ Washington had 5 personal fouls. I think he's still must roster. Maybe was a bit sell high before this game, but he's a must roster. In some kind of foul trouble this game. Okay, stat line, ranked 80th on the season, so you just hold on to him. The minutes is. He still got the minutes is there, so you hold on to him. Cody Zeller, 18 minutes. This guy only streamed this guy. In 18 minutes, he grabs you a 9 rebound. That's good, but just not doing enough in the other areas. 6 assists is also nice, but he doesn't do that every game. Terry Rozier, 8 for 8 from the free throw line. That's good, but everything else is pretty bad. He took 18 shots, had 26 points. That's good. Still the 31st ranked player in 9 category leagues. I just think Terry Rozier. I don't like guys that just can only score, and obviously he makes a lot of threes per game, making 3 threes a game. But this guy's efficiency is bad over the years. But it's been, I don't know, over half of season, and he's putting up this level of stat pretty consistently. So just hold on to him. I don't know if you I mean I would still, if you can get a top 30 guy back for Terry Rozier, I would do it. The guys in that range, like a Rashawn Holmes, like a Drew Holiday, like a Brandon Ingram, DeMar DeRozan, all those guys in category, like even a Malcolm Brogdon, who is ranked 36 at the moment, Chris Middleton, like all those guys should be better than Terry Rozier, in my opinion. LaMelo Ball, the return of Devontae Graham is impacting his minutes just a little bit. I think this game, 25 minutes only, 16 points, a steal, 4 assists, and 4. I don't know what's going on. Devontae Graham, is he ever gonna get 30 minutes? Malik Monk's minutes is going down and down. So this is a monitor situation. But even if Devontae Graham gets the 30 minutes, I don't know. He's mainly an assist streamer. He also makes some threes, but really, really bad field goal guy. So if you don't care about the field goal, you can roster him. Can give you 5-6 assists. That's hard to find on the waiver wire. But just wait till his minutes go back up. We don't know if the minutes gonna go back up. The next game is the Milwaukee Bucks beating the Wizards. Wizards has lost quite a few games in a row. They were pretty hot before the All-Star break. Milwaukee Bucks, Chris Middleton, the efficiency fell off a little bit, but 23 points, 3 threes, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, still good enough. Giannis, 31 points, another triple-double. He's been getting a lot of triple-doubles lately, and the steal and block numbers has been up since the early season. He wants to get the MVP. LeBron hasn't been playing really well. Lakers, without AD, and the news came out that AD is going to miss, so that really sucks. If you got AD on your team, you're probably missing the playoffs. Unless you drafted really well everyone else, because your first rounder just wasn't here majority of the year. Giannis on the season averaging 1.3 steals and 1.4 blocks. That's what you want to see. Bring those defensive stats up. Without the free throws, Giannis is top 2 player in fantasy. So good stuff from Giannis. Lopez, a huge game, maybe a sell high. 1 steal, 4 blocks, 22 points. A guy was really struggling for a period of time. But this game against this bad Wizards team, obviously everybody goes up against, other than Chris Middleton this game. Dante DiVincenzo, 12 points, 6 assists, a steal. I don't think he's a must roster unless he can show us that he can average 1.5 steals. That's majority of his value it's coming from. But filled up the stat sheet pretty well. But again, this is against a really bad Wizards team. They scored 133 points on them. Drew Holiday, 15, 6, and 4 with no defensive stats. Still should be a top 30 guy moving forward. I still think maybe he's recovering from COVID a little bit. The steal numbers was a bit low for him. Coming back from COVID, that's not easy to do. On the season average, still averaging 1.8 steals. We'll see. This is mainly his value going to be very up and down depending on his steal numbers. If he can stay at 1.8, should be very comfortably stay at the 30 range. Pat Cunnington got 30 minutes, and Bobby Portis just started losing all his minutes. So yeah, don't roster him at this point. Okay, let's look at the Wizards. Russell Westbrook. The field goal is 42% on high volume, so that's not good. He was shooting 50% pretty much every single game. 4 for 6 from the free throw line. I mean, that's bad, but it's not like he went 2 for 5. So you'll take it. But it's a 17 assist, 1 steal, 1 block, only 5 rebound. The rebound is low. I believe what Russell Westbrook has turned it around for sure. He was pretty bad this game, -20. But in fantasy wise, he definitely turned it around, putting up huge stats, especially the assist numbers. The steal numbers actually lately has been great. So if you traded Russell Westbrook for, I don't know, top 100 guy, I believe that's a win for you. Even though he's negative a lot of the efficiency count, but the counting stats he brings is huge. Bradley Beal played 42 minutes. Again, great stuff, 37 points. He was falling off just a little bit. Great game here. Remained to be, in the first round, ranked 12th. He was kind of undervalued in the draft, in my opinion. Getting drafted late second. We know this guy's, beginning of his career, he was, he's got the narrative is he was pretty injury prone, but it quickly turned around. The last 2-3 years, he was pretty much played every single game. 37 points here, yeah, continues to be great. And the Wizards got more games, so don't trade him for any. And unless you can get that top 5 player, I wouldn't trade for him. Rui Hachimura, another great game, 36 minutes, 22 points, 7 rebounds, 5. I mean, if he can do this every game, sure, you roster him. But I don't know. It's his production is inconsistent, and the minutes is also inconsistent for Hachimura. Davis Bertans, you can drop him, and Alex Lane continues to get there 17 minutes, while Robert Lopez got 9. So majority of the time, Wizards decided to go small this game. And Danny Avdija, his minutes has been up and up and up, but just not doing enough. You're not gonna get a lot of assists with Russell Westbrook around, and you're not gonna, get that many shot attempts. Let's go on to the next team, the Spurs. Wow, this Spurs team, what a year! Just a couple years back, they were one of the contending teams. Now that the roster's changed. Against this bad Detroit team, Jacob Poeltl, he's a must roster. 14 points, 26 minutes, but did enough damage. 14 points, 12 rebounds, just really strong against this bad team. 1 steal and 4 blocks. This is what he can do. You don't really, you hold on tight to him. He's got a pretty consistent role moving forward for the rest of the season. Kelton Johnson, 31 minutes, continues to be not putting up big stats. I mean, you can stream him, and if you want to roster him in 12-team league, sure, but he's just not, he's not just giving you exciting stats, like he was in the beginning of the season. Lonnie Walker, 28 minutes, didn't do anything, while Dejounte Murray, 1 steal, 6 assists, 10 rebound, and efficient from the field, good enough, and it was a plus 24. While Derek White, he's just very inconsistent this season. Last game he had 2 steals and 4 blocks. This game only played 24 minutes due to foul trouble, but didn't really bring anything out. So Derek White's value is going to be very up and down because the counting stats, the rebound, the assists, the points, those are not going to be, high. Every once in a while he can go off, but it's mainly the steals and blocks is going to determine most of his value. So he's going to be volatile. His value is going to be very volatile. Patty Mills, 22 minutes. I thought Rudy Gay is gonna get more opportunity with, LaMarcus Aldridge gone completely out of the rotation. But it seems like Popovich just want to play him 20 minutes. This is a veteran, right? So just drop him at this point. 25 minutes is not enough. Not even 25 minutes, just 20 points, just to 20 minutes. And let's go on to the next team, Detroit Pistons. Jeremy Grant. The minutes are pretty low. 1 steal and 1 block is nice, but now the free throw is bad, 5 for 10. I think his value is gonna tank. Ranked 44th, he was ranked the top 20 beginning of the season. Still shooting 87% from the free throw line. Maybe if he has another bad game or two, maybe his ranking gonna fall outside of 50. That's why you buy him. I think he should be at least a top 50 guy moving forward. If you can get Jamal Murray, Mike Conley, those guys should, he should be better than those guys, giving you the points, the volume of scoring, and some defensive stats. And he's obviously the number 1 guy on this team. Mason Plumlee, another great game. The minutes is low, obviously, for everybody, but 1 steal, 2 blocks. You got to think about moving this guy if you can. It's hard to move this guy just by himself. Try to add another guy. We don't know how much value, how much time he's going to get because Isaiah Stewart, this game, the minutes is high, 25 minutes. But the very next game, Mason Plumlee could just play 35 and Isaiah Stewart play 20. We don't know. But if you want to take a fly on Isaiah Stewart, I wouldn't hate it. This guy does have some upside, I think. Any big man center. So yeah. I would pay close attention to their minutes. Delon Wright, great game. Didn't shoot the ball well, but 32 minutes, the most on the team. I guess they don't really have a point guard. Dennis Smith Jr. is out due to health. I think Delon Wright, if he has another great game or two, I would try to trade him. This game, perfect. 8 assists, 3 steals, and a block. But I do think when Dennis Smith Jr. comes back, Dylan Wright gonna play 25 minutes at most, I believe, because they want to play Dennis Smith Jr. And Dennis Smith Jr. is the point guard, so Dylan Wright, some of those 32 minutes gonna go to Dennis Smith Jr. But I don't know how much time Dennis. It's gonna be out for a week, so if Dylan Wright has another big game or two, I'll try to sell him. Let's go on to the next game, the New York Knicks. This game was actually close all the way down to the end. Julius Randle went up for a 3. Kyrie, touched the ball. So Julius Randle came down with the ball, and then the referee made a bad call. It should have been play on. That was not a travel by Randle. But huge game from Randle, 33 points. At this point, it's not really so high. But the free throw, this is what I was talking about. He's not an 80% free throw shooter. Should be a low 70s guy. 4 for 6, but everything else is great. Even got 3 steals, 12 rebounds, 6 assists. I also think D-Rose is out. If D-Rose comes back, I think the assist numbers, and he also took 27 shots. Played 41 minutes. Wow. Reggie Bullock, 42 minutes, but yeah. Most nights he played 30, doesn't do anything. Notice the Nets team, they always like to go small, so Notice only got 20 minutes. He's still a hold, obviously. But Mitchell Robertson is coming back at some point. I would try to trade Nolan Noel. Trade him if you can. Do your best. RJ, another great game. 10 for 10 from the free throw line. Wow. Another great game. I think in 12-team, even in category leagues, if you want to take a flyer on, not take a flyer. If you want to pick up RJ Barrett, I would. He's been playing quite well lately, at least in the scoring department. This game brought the steals and blocks. Emmanuel quickly. In the short term, definitely a guy you want to stream with D-Rose out and even Alfred Payton is out. He can give you a bunch of points. This game struggled really badly. Took 19 shots, 6 for 19, 21 points, and nothing else. Alec Burks got his up 24 minutes. Yeah, nobody's that interesting on the Knicks. On the Nets, Joe Harris, just very consistent. Hit 3 threes, give you 15 points. Every once in a while, he can go off, get 25, but yeah, not that exciting. I don't think Harris is a guy I want to roster full time. Jeff Green, had a huge game. Started and but he's very up and down. Really great efficiency in this game here. DeAndre Jordan actually played 30 minutes. I thought Nolan Noel's minutes is low, so I guess the Knicks decided to go small. It's not they are reactionary to the Nets lineup. They decided to play Julius Randle 41 minutes and play him at the center. Jordan pretty good, 8 points, 9 rebounds, and a block, 2 for 4 from the free throw line. He's definitely a guy you can stream. Kyrie, again, just crazy efficiency, 13 for 18, 34 points, 4 assists, but the assist number is pretty low for him because Harden's got 15. He told Harden he's a point guard, but I think Kyrie's value is still, top 10 player on a per game basis. It's just the assist numbers is, and KD's got to be back at some point, and but Kyrie should still be a first runner. And this season he's been very, very healthy, in Kyrie's standard. Harden, 40 minutes. Yeah, Harden is an Iron Man, a triple-double again, a huge one actually. 9 for 9 from the free throw line. The turnover is obviously bad. If you ignore the turnovers, he should be like a top 2 guy. 15 rebounds, 15 assists. Good game from Harden. He's racking up the rebounds too. 15 rebounds, that's really high. Nicholas Claxton got his 60 minutes. Again, great stat. 1 steal and 2 blocks. He's a guy, he's like a Matisse Thybulle. You can definitely stream him. I wouldn't roster him full time, but if you need some defensive stats, for sure, this guy put up stats in 60 minutes. If DeAndre Jordan ever gets hurt, maybe Claxton would get some nights he would get an opportunity to play 20 to 25 minutes. Yeah, per minute monster. Let's go on to the next game. The Lakers beating the Mavericks. Kawhi Leonard played 40 minutes. Wow. And Paul George played 38. Wow, they really need them to play this high minutes. I don't know if it's a good idea to play Kawhi 40 minutes, but 22 points, pretty good. 7 assists, 8 rebounds, 4 steals. And one thing I saw it on Reddit the other day is the Clippers, the playoff schedule is actually pretty bad. Because the guys already have played a lot of games earlier this season. So if you can get equal value back for Kawhi and Paul George, something to think about. Just because they just have like by far the least number of games in the playoffs. Marcus Morris, 30 minutes, 14 points. Yeah. I guess the minutes is really high for both because Zubac got 35 minutes because what's his name? Serge Ibaka is out. So absolutely stream this guy. Roster him, Zubac. The guy gets 35 minutes. Is a monster. 7 for 8, 15 points, 11 rebounds, a steal. A really good game for him. They did play the Mavericks, who should be okay defensively. Paul George struggled. Really, really struggled. 30 minutes, 5 for 18. This is what Paul George does. I believe I talked about this. And ranked 20th. He's for sure a buy low. How low do you want to go? I think for the rest of the season, he should just be around the 20th. The one difference is the defense, specifically the steals. On the season, averaging 1.1 steals. That's not the Paul George we know, and I don't think it's coming back. He still never has dropped 2 years in a row. Last year it was like around 1.5, 1.6, and this year just came all the way down to 1.1, 1.2. I don't think it's coming back, but he should still, if you can get I don't know exactly what he's actually. I don't know who. They should be around the same. Yeah, so just hold on to him. I don't think you're gonna get any guy better. You can buy low for him, but how low you gonna go, right? I don't think anybody. He's such a big name. It will be tough to buy low on Paul George at the moment. But he's struggling shooting the ball. On the season, he's still shooting 48%. I just don't think he was shooting over 50 just a couple weeks ago. But regardless, he should give you good enough points and threes. Reggie Jackson, 26 minutes, didn't do much. And Batum just coming off the bench now. If Marcus Morris can be the starter, play 30 minutes, he could hit some threes. So he could be a 3-point streamer out there. On the Mavericks side, Maxi Kleber played 35 minutes, a steal and a block, 3 points. The guy does have some upside, but lately, 1 block is nice, 5 rebound, but 1 steal is also nice. Just everything else is not giving you enough value at the moment. Maybe once he gets hot, you can pick him up. At this point, only stream him. I wouldn't roster him. Dorian Finney-Smith, 26 minutes. Yeah, just putting up really, really average numbers, even though play 30 minutes a night. Porzingis, really good efficiency-wise, 22 points, 7 rebound, only 1 block. Okay game. Josh Richardson filled up the stat sheet, 2 steals and a block, but only took 8 shots. He's a guy you can stream him for sure. Luka also struggled from the field, 25 points, 2 steals is really good, 16 assists. As a team, they only scored 99 points. Yeah, huge game from Luka, but bad efficiency-wise. What else are you gonna do with Luka? Luka is a special case because, he gets drafted really high. So, but his real value is, in category leagues, in points leagues is a different story. But in category leagues, where is Luka at? Pretty bad efficiency-wise, a lot of turnover and no defense, 28th ranked player. So, if you have Russell Westbrook to pair him up with Luka, I think it would be great. Can you get Luka for, in that case, you can trade Luka for a top 15 or 20 guy. Like, Paul George supposedly should have more value across 9 categories than Luka, but, I'll be okay making that trade. Same thing with Zach LaVine. Depend on what you need. He's a special case. Tim Hardaway Jr., 21 points and nothing else. Only stream him. The next game is Indiana Pacers losing to Denver Nuggets. The Pacers, they are integrating Caris LeVert back. Great game here for LeVert. He was a -14 though, but 3 steals. Good efficiency-wise from the field. I think it's a sell high for LeVert. I don't think he's gonna put up any kind of crazy numbers on this Pacers team. Can give you 15 points. maybe 3-4 assists because Malcolm Brogdon was running the show, and then Sabonis got 10 assists this game. So I just don't think he's gonna be that good. I would say I would try to sell him if he pops off. I could get any top 60 or 70 guy back, or package him with another guy for a top 40 or 50 guy. I just don't think he's gonna be that good, especially the guy's efficiency is bad. Bad from the free throw line, bad from the field a lot of the times, and high turnover. Not a huge defense. He's not gonna give you. There's not one category he's gonna give you a lot in. So I'm not too high on this guy. Miles Turner, great, 5 blocks, 9 rebounds. That's it. I don't care about anything else. Sabonis, almost a triple double, 10 assists. This guy rack up assists like it's nothing. That obviously hurts Malcolm Brogdon's value because you want Malcolm Brogdon to give you those assists, but good enough. Justin Holiday went off this game, took 16 shots for whatever reason, but he's still a good source of threes and steals, right? Mainly and low turnover guy. So, and Caris LeVert's return doesn't really hurt him that much. He still got 32 minutes, the second most on the team. Malcolm Brogdon, sure, right? He can do this. It's just the steal numbers is pretty low, and he's 36th ranked player on the season. The steal is 1.1. Hey, in the past, I think other than the first month, he's been averaging below 1 steal, because his season average has come all the way down to 1.1. So this is the Brogdon we know. He just doesn't get that many steals, right? But everything else should be fine. McDermott, yeah, he was playing 25 minutes without Caris LeVert. Now it's 20. Same thing with TJ McConnell. I would hold on TJ McConnell for another game or two. But he's leading the league in steals. So in 25 minutes, he could still have value, but he's been pretty poor the past couple games. He is dealing with an injury, left calf injury, but it's mainly the return of Caris LeVert hurting his value. If you got another hot guy on the waiver wire, I would be okay moving on from. If Delon Wright is on the waiver wire, sure. You can drop him. Just the opportunity is no longer there. But if anytime there's any injury, you got to pick him back up. On the Nuggets side, Michael Porter Jr., 31 minutes, great. And with Paul Millsap back, he's still getting his 30-plus minutes. 20 points, this is what he can do. I think averaging 18 points and 8 rebounds and 9 rebounds is not that hard for Michael Porter Jr. as long as he gets 30 minutes. And he's a pretty efficient guy. In this game, missed out his threes. 1 block. Just the steal numbers has been lacking lately, but he should be fine. Should be a top 50, top 40 guy. Paul Millsap, not interested. Jokic continues to be great. 4 steals and a block. Wow. 14 rebounds, 5 assists. Jokic's assist number has been pretty low over after the first month or so. But regardless, for number 1 guy. And Will Barton, you got to pick up this guy. He's been really, really hot lately. Didn't shoot the ball well, but look at the minutes. 38 minutes. I think Garrett Harris coming back. Will Barton should still get 30-plus minutes pretty consistently. And he's playing well. Filled up the stats here. 6 rebounds, 5 assists, a steal, and 2 blocks. Yeah, I think he should be picked up in all 12 category leagues, even points league as well. He's filling up the stat sheet at the moment. And obviously, he shot really well from 3, 5 for 7. Hit 5 threes, but poor everywhere else. Jamal Murray, okay game. 16 points, 8 assists, and nothing else. The next game is the Grizzlies destroy. Wow, Phoenix on the rise. Looking for their number 1 spot in the Western Conference. Grizzlies, this is the problem with Dillon Brooks. Over the years, he give you 13 points on bad efficiency. This year, what's changed is the defense. I will still hold on to him. I think he can still give you a bunch of defensive stats. The next game, he's very inconsistent, so that's okay. But 13 points and 1 assist and nothing else, that's kind of crazy. Kyle Anderson, 20 minutes. The minutes is back up for Kyle Anderson again. But just really, really mediocre numbers. I would have rostered him full time. On the season, his ranking is actually pretty good. Where's Kyle Anderson? 72nd. Because he's giving you 1.1 steals and 0.6 blocks. He's even hitting 1.4 threes. So, you can still hold on to him. But he's giving you nice stats across the board, but it's just not very exciting. Valanciunas continues to go off. 24 points and 17 rebounds. This is a sell high moment for Valanciunas and 2 steals. If you can get a top 40 guy back, I would do it. But after the All-Star break, I don't know. I don't know if Valanciunas was hurt or something. Just really playing really, really well. Desmond Bay started didn't do anything. And Ja Morant, 28 minutes, 15, yeah. Just like I said, if you can get any top 50 or 60 value even for Ja Morant, I would do it. I just don't think he's going to turn it around this season. Really, just the assist is nice. Can give you some points and nothing else. Pretty much negative everything else. DeAnthony Melton, 2 steals in 18 minutes. Just want to see this guy get consistent minutes, but don't think he ever will this year on the Grizzlies. Brandon Clark had a huge game last game. Now this game had only 20 minutes. The minutes is just so up and down for all these guys. Other than, I guess, Valanciunas' minutes is pretty secure. He's really the only true center on this team. So it's Valanciunas and Ja Morant at this moment. When JJJ comes back, JJJ should also get consistent 30 minutes. But hey, God knows that's when he's going to come back. On the Phoenix Suns side, Mikal Bridges, only 26 minutes. He was in some foul trouble. Only took 5 shots. You just want to see him take more shots, I guess. But a steal and block, 4 assists, 3 rebounds. That's good enough. His steal numbers has been up lately. Where is his ranking at? He's 57th ranked player. He should be a top 50, 60 guy. Just on the season, still averaging 0.7 steals. Just want to see him turn that around. Jay Crowder, 20 minutes. He's a streamer. DeAndre Ayton, 9 rebounds, 2 steals and 3 blocks. Actually, a pretty huge game from him against his Grizzlies team. But continues to disappoint. Booker, so consistent getting you those 25 points, but nothing else. 5 assists is nice for him, but the defensive side is lacking. And not enough volume from the free throw line. Chris Paul, wow. 7 assists, 4 steals, 18 points. This guy just continues to be crazy, insanely healthy. Where is Chris at? Where is his ranking? 26. Wow. For the season, averaging 8.8 assists and 1.4 steals. That's majority of his value is coming from. He's obviously super, super efficient. So, yeah, but if you want to trade, if you can get a top 25, maybe package. This is also maybe a sell high on Chris Paul. He played 37 games this season. That is crazy. He does have some injury risk, but he's been fairly healthy this year and last year. But I think it may be a sell high moment for him. If you can package him, if you can get Paul George for Chris Paul 1-for-1, I would do it. Obviously, they give you very different stuff, but Paul George, obviously way more points and threes and more rebounds. Cameron Payne, this guy's been getting minutes. I noticed this guy, whenever he gets minutes, he actually put up decent stats. We'll see if Chris Paul ever gets injured. I think he's a must pick up. The last game, is it the last game of the night? The Lakers beating the Warriors. Yeah, the Warriors. They are, I don't know. They're pretty bad. Curry can't carry them they're not even in top 8 right now. So LeBron, huge game, triple double, no defensive stats, but plus 33. Really, really good game from LeBron. They started Damian Jones. They're really short on the center rotation because Marcus is also up. So I guess they want to trade it for Whiteside, but Whiteside is gonna come and play 20 minutes. So the upside is kind of capped in my opinion. And they still got Marcus and Montrezl Harrell, two centers, right? Those 2 guys can't play any other positions, I don't think. Damian Jones, okay game, 1 block, 8 points. I don't think you want to really pick him up. Or KCP. Dennis Schroeder, a boring guy. He's not a must roster. 7 assists and 1 steal here is nice. Tyler Horton Tucker is the guy. They got a lot more games left this week. I want to pick him up. This guy get 28 minutes, can really fill up the stat sheet. Had 10 assists this game even, and a plus 20, second best on the team. So yeah, I would go and grab him, see what happens. Given 25 plus minutes, he could be valuable. Kyle Kuzma also. AD is gonna be out three more weeks. Sure, get him 17 points, 2 steals, 5 rebounds, good enough. Montrezl Harrell also, a must roster with AD and Marcus out. 11 for 14, 27 points, and try to get these guys and try to sell high. Obviously Harrell had a huge game here, but we know this guy. He's just gonna go back playing 20 minutes once everybody comes back and healthy. On the Warriors side, Andrew Wiggins, 15 points, 1 steal and block, okay numbers. Draymond, I believe he had he scored 10 plus points in the past 2 games. This game 2 points, yeah. But doesn't really matter. He give you 6 rebounds, 7 assists, a steal and a block. Yeah, when you have Draymond, it's tough. You probably want to pound points. Kelly Oubre Jr. 28 minutes, a minus 28, just horrible. 2 steals. Really bad game from him. And Curry put up the stats, 27 points, 3 steals. That's really nice. Curry continues to be strong, but Warriors, they're not winning this year. James Wiseman, the minutes is up. I would take a look at Wiseman. He does have some block upside. What is his rank on the season? And I guess Coach Curry is not lying when he said he wants to give James Wiseman 1 minute, but he's ranked outside of 200. I would be okay just roster Wiseman, see what happens. The minutes is really there. Kevon Looney is starting but playing 10, 11 minutes every single night. If Wiseman ever can get 25 consistent minutes, you can obviously stream him and maybe roster him full time. And that's it for all the games. I will see you guys later.